Hello fashion lovers, you're welcome to Rock That Tribal. My name is Peter and on this channel we post sewing tutorials, pattern drafting tutorials and basically my life as a fashion entrepreneur. So in today's video we'll be learning how to draft shorts for ladies. If you have been having issues on how to draft a proper short for ladies, then this is the video for you to watch. And after watching this video you feel it's not helpful enough, please comment down below because I'll be looking out for where you didn't get, so that I'll make a more explanatory video for you. Okay, so sit back, relax, grab a pen and a paper and jot things down. See you at the end of the video. You're welcome back. So now I'll just mark 1.5. This will serve as my borderline. For this pattern I didn't add the joining allowance of my waistband, so when I'm cutting on my fabric I'll add my joining allowance on my waistband, but you can do yours before cutting your pattern. Now I'm taking out 2 inches. The 2 inches will serve as my waistband and that will complete the length of my short. So the borderline will serve as my waistline. Then my hip rise is 9 inches. We can call that the hip line too. After getting my hip rise or my hip line, I'll go ahead to get my crotch line. The crotch line is 10.5. So after getting my crotch line, I'll go ahead to mark 2.5 from the crotch line. That will serve as my thigh line. I realize that is like the fullest or the biggest part around the thigh circumference. And after getting that, we'll mark the length of a short, which is 20. After the labeling, we'll go to our hip line. Our hip is 42 divided by 2 and add 0.25 to it. Then we square up that measurement, the line we got from the crotch line to the waistline. To get the crotch line circumference, we'll simply divide the hip into 4. So I'm using my tape, I'm dividing my tape 4 times, and that will give us the crotch extension. Now to get my waist is 34, divided by 4 and add 1 inch for my dart allowance, then 0.25, that's the ease allowance. So after connecting the line, we'll just go to the crotch line, divide it into 2. This will serve as our crease line, and we'll use that line to square it up and down. This line will also serve as the reference line for our darts. Our thigh circumference is 24. So what we'll do is simply divide it into 4. So whatever we get, we will place it on both sides. So it's giving me 6 on both sides, so that will make it 12. Our knee circumference is 20. We'll divide it into 4. It will give us 5 inches. So we'll place 5 inches on both sides. So we have 5 inches at the left hand side and 5 inches at the right hand side. So that will be 10. When drafting a pattern, I would suggest you use the right tools to achieve a good result. This is not a freehand sketch, so using the right tool will help us to achieve the right or the correct result. So at my side seam on my waistline, I'll go up by half an inch. And to get my dart, I'm using 4 inches. You can use 5 inches max. Okay. So I'm going half inch on both sides to create my dart line. to get my side pocket, I'll simply mark 2 inches from my side seam on the waistline and 6 inches. Now it depends on the style of pocket you want to make. There are various styles of pocket. So for this, I'm just sticking to the basic style of pocket, which is the trouser pocket. Now for my hemming allowance, I'll use 2 inches. Now I'm sticking to the basic hemming style. But if it were to be for cuff, I wouldn't use 2 inches, I'll use 3 inches or 3.5 inches. So to draft the back pattern, we will simply place the front pattern as a guideline for us to draft the back pattern. So I'll just mark out some key lines like the crouch line, the hem line, and the waistline. So after marking out the relevant or the key lines, we go over to the front pattern, and on the flap line to the dot line, we divide it into two. Then square up with an imaginary line. Then we move over to the crouch extension we made in the front pattern and mark it on the imaginary line we made. Then we'll go to the front pattern again. We'll get the length for the waist. It's giving me 9.75, so I'm placing it at the tip of the imaginary line down to the side seam of the waistline. So from the flap line, I'm coming in by 0.75, and you can see how I'm taking that point, drafting it back to the back pattern. So go ahead to connect the lines that we made, that is from the imaginary point to the crouch line point we made. Now to get the crouch extension for the back, I'll simply divide my hip by 10. So I got my hip circumference is 42, divided by 10, we have 4.2. On that point, I'll mark 4.2. And on the other side seam, I'll mark 1 inch. So afterwards, I'll take my armhole curve and simply make an arc. And then join my line. I suggest you use the right tool when it comes to pattern drafting to achieve a good result. So I'm connecting the side seam from the waist to the crotch line. Then on my hemline, I'll just mark 1 inch on both sides. Then from my inseam, I'll take 1 inch too and connect to the crotch line. Well, for beginners, using the ruler will be or might be challenging, but I can assure you with practice you'll know how to navigate and use the ruler to your advantage. To get the back dart, we'll divide the waist length into 2. And mark it parallel to the back line. The dart length we'll be using will be 5.5. And then we'll mark 1/2 inch on both sides. So if this video has been helpful, kindly like, share, subscribe and comment so that we'll know where to improve on. It's really like a feedback from you guys. Thank you guys for watching. See ya. Like I always say, we learn more when we have the intentions of teaching others. We learn more when we have the intentions of teaching others. If you know something, go all out, teach people, and this world will be a better place. Trust me.